Hello and welcome to WrestleCulture. Here he comes. The gang are back after Philly with a meat in a mania sandwich. WhatCulture.com/always sunny, but be quick before tickets allowed. It's the What Culture Live Show. It's not happening at night. It's at noon on day 2 of WrestleMania. Underground Arts, Philadelphia. It's not gonna be shite. So join us for What Culture Live with some banter. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture, joined by Adam Nicholas and Phil Chambers from WhatCulture, discuss all the goings on in wrestling this weekend. Bollocks to all that. WhatCulture Live Show tickets are available right now.
Yeah. WhatCulture.com/tickets.
Yeah, I said WhatCulture.com/always sunny, but that's obviously because I'm a lyrical professional and it had to rhyme with Philly. But it's actually WhatCulture.com/tickets, and they are selling fast.
They are.
What do I do now? Oh, yeah.
I think the VIP have already sold out.
What?
So if you wanted that, sorry, should have been quicker.
But we're here live.
What else can I do?
Live on YouTube because we do a daily wrestling podcast. We do podcasts. I'm all over the place today.
What?
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I don't know why I've mentioned them for the first time bloody ever. Spotify, Amazon Podcasts as well, and YouTube.
That's the worst one you've ever done.
I've got to give you with the.
Way too excited.
We do Raw, SmackDown, NXT, but. Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete. A little bit of a quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture. As I said, though, joined by Nicholas and Phil. Lots of stuff going on in wrestling this week. I mean, Kazuchika Okada is going to be a free agent, but before all that...
You might be at the WrestleCulture live show.
Hey, maybe.
You never know.
He's freeing up his calendar for early April for that.
I wouldn't count on it, but you never know.
Hard subject to change.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your mentions. Thank you for your donations as well. And thank you to everyone who's already bought tickets to the WhatCulture live show. Yes. That goes down on the Sunday, night 2, or day 2, I suppose, of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But if you're going to night 2 of WrestleMania, you'll have plenty of time to get over there after you come to the show because it's at noon. And it's in Philadelphia. It's not like it's in a different state or something.
Yeah, I think it's like 40 minutes via public transport to get from our show to Mania, so you'll have loads of time.
And it's only night 2 of Mania at the end of the day.
Exactly, yeah. What are you going to miss?
Shout out to Eric Vasquez in the chat. Just bought my VIP tickets for the Always Sunny WhatCulture live show. I'm more excited for that than Mania itself. I cannot wait. Flippy Cup, anyone? Oh, don't tempt me.
What is it? Obvious day or something. Very obviously.
David Esposito just bought my VIP ticket for the WhatCulture live show. So excited to see you all in Philly for Mania weekend. Let's rage.
Let's.
I've barely got any work to do at that point, have we? I mean, it's just night 2 of WrestleMania, the Raw after WrestleMania, and getting home.
Yeah,
so
it's just all of
doing
our
own live show.
You're
done. What have you done?
That's what happens when you take the cover off and it's slipping, sliding all over my pocket. Like a slippy, slidey thing.
Thank you to everyone. Stairway to Haven says, finally making it to a live show. I don't know if that means the live show on YouTube right now or our WhatCulture live show.
Maybe just a live show in general.
Yeah.
Ever. Full stop.
But I'm very much looking forward to it. And Kevin, I was going to mention this. Kevin Down says, always watching but never comment. I've been watching wrestling for 34 years, purchased my VIP ticket for the live show in Philadelphia, and have my 2-day ticket to Mania. Cannot wait to meet the team. We can't wait to meet you guys either. I can't believe this is actually happening.
It is kind of crazy.
And the fact we've actually sold tickets.
Actually sold some tickets. I believe in us.
I believe
in us.
I believe in the brand.
Yeah, it's been a while that we've been planning this. It is probably, it's definitely the biggest thing we've ever attempted.
Yes.
So if you haven't bought tickets, go buy tickets or we'll look like idiots.
Yeah. And we'll never do it again.
Yeah, but never, ever put another show on.
Yeah, because you ruined it all. But I'm very excited about it. And just WrestleMania, it's just Philadelphia, WrestleMania, it's It's just
If
fun.
anything, we're going to run out of tickets. We're going to need more tickets,
More
guys,
tickets.
because
They won't let us.
they're going to have to
more tickets,
build
though.
an extra part on top of the building.
Yes.
Venue's
just-
already not entirely happy with how many people we're trying to cram in.
Well, they better get
Wow.
used to it. They better get used to being unhappy because the building's about to be full. When 10,000 people are outside of the underground arts.
82,300
Yeah.
something.
Is that all?
Yeah, we can do that.
Easy.
That's a good question. I don't actually know what the answer to this. People asking if it's going to be shown on YouTube. Not live, probably. The
It
technical.
won't be live because that's way too much for us to have to think about along with everything else. But it will be filmed 100%.
Yeah, definitely
and it will
filmed.
100% be on YouTube. Probably no more than like 2 weeks later, I'd imagine. Probably.
Now, remember that Phil said that.
Yeah.
And when it's not out within 2 weeks, I want you to write to him. At
It will-
Phil My Chambers on Twitter and
If you can't
follow
be there,
him.
it will absolutely be out there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Ethan, we are planning to race up the Rocky Steps. Thank you for the suggestion.
Of course.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Place your bets now.
Yeah.
Who you think you've got? Who's going to make it up to the
Phil
top?
Chambers is my
Yeah.
pick. And I will sabotage everyone else. As long as he doesn't face plant.
I back
This is true.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I
I'll
back
see you're running,
myself.
climbing. I'm
Both
Phil
of
and
us
I
get
climb.
halfway. Both
Yeah.
of us face plant.
Both of us are just like,
How many-
who did this? This is bullshit.
How many
He just walked
steps?
past
Oh,
us.
that's a swear for you.
Oh, you got
Apologies.
How many steps can you do in one bound? That's the question. That's where my
Ooh, you do have the gate.
Yes.
on us, like
He
the
does.
reach, but
Yeah.
the leg reach.
I don't think he's got the stamina, though.
No,
Yeah.
that's what the next.
I think Miller
3
will
months
struggle
is.
because he's got a lot more human to carry up those steps than we do.
And I think the last time I mentioned cardio to Miller, he was like, is that Spanish? What's cardio? What is this? But I don't know.
I assume Sidgwick's never run in his life. He looks like the kind of person.
I think
that
he's got a
doesn't run.
good 10 yards. I think
Yeah,
Sidge has a
probably
good 10-yard burst.
Yes.
But then I think after that, it is...
Hamlet's more long distance, less
Yeah.
burst of speed.
Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Luke Collins says my money's on Nicholas.
It's good
Vander
money.
says-
Well,
It's
Luke.
good money well spent,
Well,
Luke Cullen.
Luke.
Vander says grey tracksuits at the ready. Well, if we sell enough tickets, maybe we'll get branded.
I think I'm already halfway there. I'm sure I've got the hoodie. I just need the pants.
Yeah.
You've got the pants. So
I've definitely got the pants.
together, we make one good jogger.
Matt Rains in the chat.
Yeah, we saw you getting your ticket.
We saw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he
I'll
did.
pass this message on, Matt. Matt says 2.5 months, Hamflets. I put an end to this. See you all at the live show. That sounds more ominous than it is. They're having a
That
basketball
sounds very
match.
ominous.
An end to...
Not at the live show. That's not the live show. Just Matt Rains versus
Yes.
Hamlet in a basketball.
Matt Rains,
match.
if
There'll
you-
be more.
The
I
immediate,
promise.
that's actually the immediate fallout because I think they're doing it and then coming to the live show.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
they were
Hamlet's
going to do
told
it that
me.
morning, weren't
If
they?
you turn up Matt Rains to the live show with a copy of Catcher in the Rye under your arm, and Michael Sidgwick sees you coming, trust me, it ain't going to go the way you think it's going to go. Shout out to all the Catcher in the Rye readers out there.
Eric Vasquez says Cody might finish his story on night 2 of WrestleMania, but Matt Rains and Michael Hamflet will finish their story.
There you
This is
go.
true.
The
That's
real
true.
story. It
Eric
was
is all-
never Cody's story.
Yeah.
I keep saying this.
Yeah, he said the story, never said my story. Or did he? Maybe he did. Who knows?
Eric also says Hamflet and his calves getting up those steps first. That's a good point, actually. He's got epic calves, that boy. I think he's got implants.
It also depends on what's at the top of the stairs. Like if there's a Mountain Dew at the top of the stairs,
Yeah,
then
or-
maybe my money.
This is it, actually.
Hamflet.
That if there's a motivating factor out
Yeah.
there, like, oh, wait, the Fed. It's just at the top.
Yeah, you
Then
have to
maybe.
realise he won't have slept for 4 days at this point, Hamflet.
Probably, yeah.
So
Yeah.
just buzzing from the moment he lands from.
Hamflet's doing this slightly different to us. We should probably explain. He's
Yes.
going as a
Oh, yeah, of
holiday
course.
for like personal reasons with his cousin to have fun. For personal reasons.
What are those reasons, Phil?
Personal
I think he
reasons.
really just
it's
wants to
personal.
enjoy the show.
Personal, yeah, he just wants to enjoy Rape Mania. We're going for work, which we will still also enjoy
Yeah.
Mania.
It's already peaked
You-
for me.
you get it, you
by,
get it.
By
Personal
I get it. Personal.
This time, it's personal.
It's personal.
the big time in our calendar is not actually, well, it is obviously Sunday at 12 p.m. But
Yeah.
the previous lunchtime is probably the biggest moment across the WrestleMania weekend for me and Adam Nicholas.
Oh, I know what.
Oh, yeah, it is. Of course it is.
The
yeah.
boys are going to NXT Stand and Deliver.
The
I love
true
that.
WrestleMania.
We were planning this out, right? And they're like, okay, so we can't all go to all the shows. We could plan to go like try and go all to the Raw after WrestleMania.
Yes.
Other things will work as they
Yeah.
will, as we always have to. Like, well, Phil and Miller will go to SmackDown, and some people go to Ring of Honor, and blah 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 blah. blah.
Yeah, I'll go to SmackDown. I'll
And
take
I was
that
like,
bullet.
shocking NXT, shocking, yes.
Yeah.
Like as if anyone else is going to try and claim that.
I was right there with you. I was like, I had the greatest time at NXT in Los Angeles
Hell
last
yeah.
year. It was so much fun.
Kyle Stevens says, Nicholas, is that a green tea, a hibiscus, a lapsang souchong? What's the tea on that tea?
Fancy. So this is, let's have a look. I don't know if it tells me on the thing. We've changed where we put this is literally a shoot. We've changed where we put the kettle in the office, right?
Yeah.
Because it was on someone's desk for a while, and then we've started to use more people in the desks. Not that anybody new has turned up, of course, just tech stuff. And we unearthed all the teas that have just been sitting there for literally, there must be years they've been sat there dormant.
Yeah.
The box of these fancy, like, digest teas. I don't know what they are. This one's, it's like spearmint and apple and something. I don't know, but it smells delicious and it tastes just as good. Very nice. You can tell it's January.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, yeah, on the tea. Feels like, yeah, it's
yeah, there's two different
is it
people.
a day that ends in Y? I'm having a beer. All right.
Eric Vasquez says Hamlet eats crisps and becomes Popeye with calves.
Quite possibly.
You don't need the crisps. The
crisps.
calves are already there, man.
The calves are there.
I think Popeye would lose in a carve off with Michael Hamlet. I believe that.
Ethan, thank you for your donation. Your message has been retracted on my screen, but if you don't have to redonate, just post it underneath and I'll read it out. I'll try and catch that. But also Eric Gabriel, we've got Eric Vasquez in the
I
chat.
hope the message was like, I hate
Yes.
Wilbourn.
If I pay £5, will he piss off this stream? Eric Gabriel says, tired of all this Vasquez guy. I'm the real Eric, and I will be seeing them boys in Philly for WrestleMania weekend. Fight me, Vasquez. There is really only one Eric in my life right now, I've got to be honest.
I was going to say, I feel like
it's
you're
Vasquez.
all vying for second place.
And it's always been Cantona for me.
Look at that collar pop.
Oh!
He's doing.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Matt Rains says, no book, thankfully.
Excellent.
Not bringing cash in the ride, but I'll have a great T-shirt made.
I like it.
That's a tease.
I like it.
Speaking of t-shirts, you can buy a t-shirt with your tickets to WhatCulture, the live show, whatculture.com/tickets.
Nailed it.
Yep,
Seamless.
That's an advert, right? It's been a long
Hang
day.
on. I'm just going to pop that poster on. I just like the poster. I know that's on the screens, but I want to see it in full.
Oh, yeah.
If you go for a live show.
Oh. WhatCulture.com/tickets. Your tickets are available. They are selling fast, so get in there quickly and also buy the t-shirt that is also there. Thanks.
Well done, Phil.
We did it.
We also have Mark Lee Willis in the chat, of course, who we met at our Newcastle
hi,
live
Mark.
show.
Yeah.
Mark, well, I met for the first time. You met him before, of course.
Of course.
Is
Wembley for us.
It's an actual wrestling question.
Ooh.
Is Paige...
What? What the hell are you doing?
Is Paige Swerve Joe situ akin to an unbreakable three-way? It's going that way. It's going three-way, isn't it? That I was apprehensive at first because I thought, ooh, how are they going to justify Hangman Page being in this considering he lost?
Yeah.
But it does make sense in terms of the personnel involved. And yeah, it's rare you get a three-way for the world title.
I think it helps that
AEW.
Samoa Joe kind of laid it on the line of what it means to be a challenger for the title. Like you need the record kind of thing. Like you
He
need
said
to
it
have
himself.
proven yourself. He said it in the
He
promo.
said it. But exceptional circumstances for certain people, like
Yeah.
if he deems you worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, Samoa Joe this week, like selling it perfectly after the Hook match when Hangman Page came in to save Hook and then Swerve was in the thing and like Samoa Joe looked rattled at the end of it. Like not just because of what had just happened in the match and Hook kicking out at one, but because of those guys. Like he's just so good, Samoa Joe. He's so good.
Yeah, I think he's probably surprised at how much someone can look upgraded when they just let the mustache grow in a little bit. You know, it's not that complicated. Just saying, like sometimes some people look better with a mustache.
And all of a sudden,
And sometimes-
it's like right back there. They're back at the top again.
Back at the top, right at the top.
Yeah.
Easy. Imagine that, eh?
Don't know who that could.
I think I might
apply
grow a
to,
mustache, you know. I like that.
Yeah.
Because you won't do it, will you? Someone should do it.
Someone
What if
Someone
I was allowed? Ethan says Ethan was making a comment on Phil's eye being the injured eye being cleverly shot very well. And
it is on the right
wishing him
side.
well. Yeah. So do you want to, just in case people are
So,
aware, we haven't had a fight before we came
after
on.
Well,
WrestleCulture
that's the
last
official
week.
way, anyway.
Was having a great time on WrestleCulture last week, chatting about public transport,
I
like
heard.
you do, obviously.
I heard. Good, I missed that one.
And I was cycling home, and I still have no idea what exactly happened, but my bike tried to kill me. Amazingly, I had brought my helmet to work and then forgotten to put it on to leave work, so I'd left my helmet at work. Thanks, thanks karma or whatever, the universe. And I was just cycling along and my front wheel locked up and I went straight over the handlebars and my face was the only thing that blocked my fall.
Are you all right now?
I'm fine now. 5 hours in A&E, 5 stitches. Nice big old black
What
eye.
is the moral of the story, kids?
Wear a helmet.
Drive
Yep.
everywhere.
And don't drink and drive, Phil. Right? That's why.
Steve Nicolakopoulos.
Hello.
Okay, Edward Shiraz hands in the chat. G'day, handsome gents. Hope you're doing well. What is something missing from wrestling today that you'd like to bring back? There doesn't seem to be enough Limp Bizkit and Creed.
I mean,
There's never enough Limp Bizkit and Creed. Never.
is there a better example of a song that like shouldn't really work? Like you shouldn't really be that arsed about it, but when you put it with a like Creed,
Wrestling.
My Sacrifice is like, would I have listened to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, never
Maybe.
have heard it.
Well, saying that,
Unless it's
time wise, I
wrestling.
was young then, so maybe I still would have. But I just don't
Young
think.
and stupid.
I don't think. Well, yeah, but we were all young and stupid. We all listened to somebody in the pop charts back in the day, and you're like, oh, this is great because you've never heard music before, hardly. But like,
Yeah, I don't know.
would I have such an affinity with it if it wasn't for the video?
Have you seen that video of JR talking about Creed? It's like a shot during the commercial
Yes.
thing at a Raw event.
Okay.
And it's just JR, and they start playing
Sick.
Creed in the background in the arena, and it's just JR going, and there they go, playing Creed again for the 49th time this evening. And he is so done with it.
To be fair, though, you would be if you were in the offices all day and it was just, reload the thing again, play the package again, go on.
But yeah, by the end of WrestleMania, I'm usually like, I think that's enough green light for a while, so I'll probably have a break for
honestly,
a bit.
after that, I was there for that Mania, and you were there for that Mania, I guess, as well, unrelated to me.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I left Florida, I was ready to kill anyone who sang it to me, anyone who played it. If I'd seen
Every
Pitbull,
traffic light.
if I'd seen Pitbull on the street, I would have had a copy of Catcher in the Rye, and Pitbull would have been getting it. Like, I was so fed up because you watched all the video packages, and then we did all of the shows, obviously, like
On the Raw after, they
Manias,
always do it to
Raw
the
after,
tune
they
of-
always
yeah.
do it. And there's this went to SmackDown as well, which was the Monday, Tuesday back then. When I was so finished, man. And it was, Nakamura was debuting on the main roster on SmackDown, and because I was with a friend who had never really seen him, we like waited. Only the problem is the match wasn't on telly. The match was just after 205 Live.
Yeah.
So I had to sit through
And they did the
205 Live as
announcement
well.
of, hey guys, hang around,
Yeah.
because Shinsuke Nakamura's coming out later.
I mean, it was
I
like,
did that when I
"Oh."
went to see SmackDown in London, I remember, yeah.
And I'm because I'm an idiot, I'm going, how are they going to stitch them together on SmackDown?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Because I just was I'm obviously so tired. And I had this green light had just mushed my brain into mushy peas at this point. So yeah, I can listen to it now though, thankfully. It just took about 3 years.
For people wondering, yes, A&E is ER in America.
Accidents and emergencies.
Emergency room.
Yeah.
And John
Where you
Harris,
go, where you've done fucked up.
This is why you'll never catch me there. Ever. I'll just go straight to the grave.
John
Wait,
Harrison, he of the WrestleCulture theme, is in the chat. Finally, my first live WrestleCulture of the year. Glad to be here. Happy Friday, boys. Boo to Phil's death bike. Peace and love. Peace and love.
indeed.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
And yes, Mark Lee Willis, yeah, was
Got
talking
my
about.
shoes right,
You
brother.
got the shoes right, brother.
Mark was talking about the Unbreakable TNA 2005. I think it's going to be peak Joe, the triple threat. Just to
Oh,
circle
sorry.
back to
Yeah.
that one.
That's going to be
Where that was
amazing.
going.
3 guys who are just like, I want to see that match. I want to see them interacting, full stop, all the time. They're great. Every one of them.
Brilliant.
What do they need to bring back to wrestling then?
What do I miss? Anything? It's hard because we get like oversaturated with wrestling and this,
Yeah.
don't you? So sometimes you're like, there's a few things I wish to take away
Yeah.
for a very long time.
I mean, SmackDown Fist is an obvious.
Tell you what,
Always.
this I always used to say this one. They did bring it back, but I never felt like they brought it back in a way that I was satisfied with, to the same level of the can't touch until the match.
Yeah.
Like the Austin Triple H one was just so good.
Oh, it's sensational.
Like, the best version of that I think I've ever seen. And then I know I can't remember if it was AEW, I can't remember if it was WWE. It might have been both. Like it's definitely been back, but I just remember feeling like that didn't quite land the same way. I don't feel like the story beats that were happening in the company at the time were good enough. So that's the one I really love because I think if they get it right, there is nothing quite like that.
I think it's not really bringing something back. It's almost taking something away. But like you think about like My Way, the video package, or My Sacrifice, or all these things that were like tied in. It was one match. It was the main event. It like had the song, and it was an amazing video package, and like we remember it like to this day. But now they are so good at making these video packages now, like that they can somehow rewrite an entire story to make it good on the evening, ready for the match. But they do them for every single goddamn match. Yeah. So none of them stand out and none of them feel that special anymore. So if you're bringing that back, like cut that down a little bit and bring it back like just for main events or like big angles.
Just use them for that.
And yeah.
If you ever want to laugh, and I'm sorry because I'm going to out him a little bit for this one.
Hello.
This is quite funny for anyone who's ever been there. You guys remember this. Because if you've ever seen Simon Miller at an actual wrestling show, like watching live, think about this, how much that man watches wrestling and how much he covers it and how much he does it. He has so little patience for the video packages when they're live. And rightly so, he's absolutely right. But the funny part of that is I have allowed myself to become the most casual of fans. So I'm like, well, this is great. Yeah. This is everything I possibly...
Everyone shut up.
So I'm sitting next to him in the stadium in LA, and he's like, they just can't keep getting away with this. It's ridiculous. And I'm going, this is what I need. I'm like, this is great. I've never seen any of these story beats. I don't watch the weekly. This is exactly what... And he's just like, oh, yeah, well, that must be nice. It must be good. Yeah, great. And he's just like, just sitting there waiting for it. I was like, I've never seen that version like this. The guy who's the most positive guy. And it's very funny. So if you ever get a chance to see him, just keep an eye on him. If you ever watch those video packages drop.
I quite like Miller at live shows because he's quite reserved in wrestling live shows anyway. Yeah. But it's like, and I mean, and that's like fine. That's just the way he enjoys watching. He's not like a chanter or like not that kind of.
But he still goes hard when it's a bit.
He still goes hard when it gets him. But you can tell when it gets him because it's like you talk about like edge of the seat. Like he literally goes to the edge of the seat, and it's almost like he's like just standing on his chair a little bit, like ready to jump up because he's just getting that little bit excited.
It's amazing, man.
What was it? Oh, it was Edge, wasn't it? I was going to say. That's what they need to bring back. Just paying loads more for. Like, who was a popular song? We'll just give it to a wrestler.
Was it Metallica or Slayer? It was one of the two. Edge had at the start of his, and he literally like grabbed. And the problem is, he forgets how big and strong he is. He was like, "Oh my god, are they playing so?" And so like grabbing my thigh, and I was like, "Yes, they are. This is also my favorite wrestler. I'd love to stand up right now." I was like, "I just can't."
Also, Cats and Coasters in the chat shouts out the Placebo cover of Running Up That Hill for WrestleMania 26, which I thought was jaw-dropping.
I tell you what else, because I saw a picture of it while I was doing the news today, looking for pictures of Okada. I missed that old IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, man. Like the pretty one.
That was such a nice.
It's the Why did they change it?
I think it's the most prestigious belt I think I've ever seen. Like and that's covering a lot of ground, but like it just looks the part, and that replacement belt is absolutely foul. It looks like a Tekken logo.
Well. Like the old one, like it looks really goddamn heavy. Yeah, like
it looks like proper, like it means something. Like it's almost like you have to be worthy to carry this belt. Like Thor's hammer. You have to be able to wear this. You have to be able to carry it. But that other one literally looks like the guy. What's he called? Heihachi. What's he called? One of the main villains from Tekken. We've got the spiky hair. Heihachi.
I think so. That sounds about right.
Tell me if I'm wrong. He's got the spiky side. He's like got the Fraser crane, but he's spikes. Heihachi, there you go. The belt looks like him, and it's weird. It weirds me out so much. I just want to that's one of the best champions in world of wrestling. That's one of the most prestigious. Nope. The belt looks like this.
Shout out to Cosmic Wrestling Vlogs in the chat, who was formerly Cosmic Joe Chronicles. What's up? Shout out to you. Darren Davies says, what's your favourite pay-per-view set ever / Titantron or whatever it may be?
I always go back to the swinging backlash.
That was the first one my brain thought of.
It's like the movement and then like people starting to climb up them while they're still moving. You're like, what are you doing? That like hardcore match that they had around them, so much fun.
I don't know if it's my favourite, but it's certainly the one that popped straight into my head when I was thinking of sets. SmackDown Fist. I know.
SmackDown Fist.
I'm always a big fan of that.
Big Pumpkin for Halloween Havoc.
I never liked any of the WCW ones.
I never watched it, but I look at it now like it's funny. Big Pumpkin.
Seeing the images back, I've never watched WCW either at the time, but seeing the images back, I always think of that. I'm like, I get it. Like I know there's a theme, but it always looked tacky.
Yeah.
Like I feel like not the WWE or like the Kings are not tacky, of course, but when they got them sets right, you really made a difference. Like Armageddon had all the burned out cars and that. And it really added that to the Hell in the Cell match, you remember, where they were all just smashing each other off these old, decrepit looking, like, post-apocalyptic
like that
world.
sort of 2000, 2001, they had a great run of like bit like new sets for every pay-per-view, and they all looked really good.
As a person who used to work for a company that did wrestling shows, though, like that must have been an absolute nightmare.
Yeah,
like to take all that stuff everywhere.
And like, if you don't have to, that massive waste of money. if you don't have to do that,
At least
that
John
is
It's a huge
waste
amount of money.
money.
It's a huge amount of money. I think now they'd have the money to cover that easily.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily just that, the transportation of all those things. It's all to
it's
so
ludicrous.
At least
unnecessary.
John Cena helped with the takedown of the TLC
Yeah.
set. When he was like, I better cover Wade Barrett with this, and then yoink. Fully loaded with the dice. Yes.
the dice
Devin,
was good,
great shout in the chat.
Yeah.
I
I like that
wasn't
double or
all-
nothing
great
one
one.
with the chips.
Chips.
You know, that's always a nice
Yeah.
little. It's not wild, but it's.
Yeah, but a nice little addition.
Remember
Make it
Mox
stand
doing
out.
the what's it called?
Yeah.
Death Rider onto the thing with Omega.
Been some great Mania ones.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
The
Mania.
Mania 29. The best thing about that Mania was the set with the like the Statue of Liberty and the like Brooklyn Bridge.
When
Looked really good.
33 with the giant roller coaster was super dumb, but it was like
So dumb.
memorably dumb. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that. Yeah.
What was the one that they had where it was either Fast Lane or another one of those like over the limit ones, and they were like, we're just gonna put a car here, and then later on they're like, what if we put someone on the car? And I think Cena FU'd Batista off it or whatever.
Least favorite.
Hello.
Anytime they do a show in the UK.
With your taxis and your
Would you-
What if you had a
Boombox.
phone box and a black cab and
And a gigantic Union Jack.
look, it's Big Ben on the Tron. 'Cause that's right, isn't it? 'Cause
That's
we're
in
in
Manchester.
Sheffield. Yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah.
everybody in the north of England just looking at that like, none of these. Like, where's the Angel of the North?
Yeah.
None of
Yeah.
these things.
Even the black cab.
Yeah.
It's only London. Go away.
Don't
You
don't tell them that. They have someone come out. And now wrestling, it's the Angel of the North. Can only hit clotheslines.
like feet together, like arms out, feet together. Just can't. That's it.
Luke Gullins talks about this in terms of sets. But if you talk about things they should bring back, bloody Cyber Sunday. And you used to vote on Taboo
Yeah.
Tuesday or whatever.
Taboo Tuesday.
When they used to vote, I know it was always gimmicks. It was always
Would
like,
you like a street fight, a hardcore match, or a no DQ match?
or it was like, what would you like them to do? Have them do? Kill each other, play tiddlywinks, or have a chat?
Tiddlywinks
what?
for 500, please, Alex. Yeah,
I reckon they're just scared
I like
of doing
that
that
idea.
nowadays in case of it being hijacked.
Yeah,
I do like the idea though.
definitely.
Yeah, they must have learned their lessons from
Yeah.
fans.
Benjamin got a title shot, didn't he? Shelton Benjamin got a title shot that he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, there's
They
been like,
talked
I think
about
they've
that.
done an odd few where they've gone against it and they're like, well, we're not doing that anymore. And that's when they started doing the real basic choices.
There are many versions of this, but I'll never ever forget as long as I live the one where it was naming that boat. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
That is like, this is why people, you can't trust people, Jess. Because they will mobilise and ask for the boat to be called Boaty
And then
McBoatface.
they didn't name the boat. God
Exactly. It's
damn
like,
it.
Lay down the
either fully
rules.
commit.
You put it out there.
You either fully commit.
That is now Boaty
I'm
that's
the only
fine.
one around here who goes, "Oh, the rules."
This isn't NAM. There are rules, goddammit. Like, if you are going to commit to that, then you have to commit to it. And it has to be Boaty McBoatface.
And then they're like,
if
we're
have
not
to
going to
ex-
call it Boaty McBaitface. Who's the one person we can name it after that everyone can agree on?
Yeah.
It's like, it's the David Attenborough. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, all right. But
Stupid.
It's
Super
Boaty
stupid.
McBaitface.
Is
and
it?
it forever will be.
There was a good one on that where it was like, I think it was an online poll from, I think it was Justin Bieber, who was like, when he was at peak hatred, you know, tween, etc. And he was like, hey guys, what a great world tour. Where would you like me to go next? And everyone was like, we're all right in North Korea, okay? So he has to do it. He said he'd do it, so he has to do it.
Listen to the people. They're all working on the demographics, and the people have spoken.
Yeah. It's like Ryback. Where
was
do you want me
just
to go
about-
next? Do you want me to go to WWE, AEW, TNA, or retire? Retire, please.
Retire.
Oh, that's an option.
Ah, guys, that was really funny last time. But how about this time? Would you like me to go to AEW, WWE, or retire? Retire.
Still retire.
Still retire, guy.
And then
Like,
Wanna
oh,
see
no.
a Punk
No,
returns.
I was honestly joking.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do? And then just write in. Retire, retire.
why would you do this?
Don't open
have
yourself
any
up.
any
Don't
gauge
open yourself up.
whatsoever of what people actually think.
Yeah.
Just a sliver. Just a sliver.
And
of
then
it.
he's like, okay, that didn't work. Oh, there's no chance CM Punk comes back. If CM Punk comes back, I'll retire, guys.
It's like, hey, buddy, kind of sounds like you want to retire, man. Just retire. Do something else. I'm sure there's a million things that
He's
you'd
got
be
that energy drink that he
okay at.
He
elbows women into swimming pools.
Yeah, and he
whatever
trended.
it was.
Probably the funniest thing he's ever done. That. I'm sorry. I will fight his corner
Goes
for
in
that.
fat and she comes out thin.
No, just the clothesline into the pool. Not the concept. Not the concept, Phil. But the clothesline in the pool, because he just legs it. The way he runs. You hear him coming as well. Bam!
It's the same as that one I love. That I've shown you a million times. When the dog jumps down the stairs and you hear...
He turns around and goes,
And he like clear. It doesn't even go all the way down though. Does he?
and he's already, when he walks, he's already halfway down the stairs. And she goes, "You go down the stairs?" And he goes, "I'll show you go down the stairs."
Yeah, you don't tell me what to do.
Chat, I have seen the comments. Don't worry, I've not lost Mr. Phoenix or Sailor Emin's comments. I'm getting round to them. Everyone's kicking off thinking I'm being anti-Canadian today. Can anyone do a Christopher Walken impression, first of all?
I think everyone can try one. I don't know if
Yeah,
anybody
no
can ever
one
do a
can
really
do
good
No,
one.
'cause it's
Apart
like
from Dave Grohl. when
Dave
he
Grohl.
does
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
I've got it.
Why are you doing...
Got
You're doing Robert Stone.
Foo Fighters.
Stone.
What? He does that fart. I keep it light.
What?
Someone was
You're
talking.
German now. What?
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 I got a fever. Fed fever. And per Dr. Fed, the only prescription is more Fed. That's what Sailor Emin says.
That's
Thank
your
you.
Tony D'Angelo impersonation.
Oh!
Do it as Stacks.
I got a fever. Fed fever. You gave me fever. Fed fever. And per Dr. Fed, the only prescription is more Fed.
I got it.
really bad at stacks.
Fed fever.
There we go.
Fed fever. What was the rest of it?
The only prescription is, and per Dr. Fed, the only
And per
prescription
Dr. Fed, the only prescription is the Fed. Then I need to do that, like float off into the rest of the pod. Yeah.
And Louise asked me if it was him on Weapon of Choice.
Well, it is up until a certain point.
Yes.
The thing is about that,
I think
right?
she meant on the song.
Oh, sorry, the song. Oh, singing with a low voice.
Yeah. The preacher on the tone of our voice.
The thing is with that, we're literally having this discussion in the office the other day. I think Christopher Walken has always been the age that he is in that video.
Like, he's not changed.
He's never been younger, and he's never got, even when he's got older, he's still, because they were weird how much they were like, he's really old, guys, then.
Yeah.
It's like, he wasn't that old. He was old there, but he wasn't like dead. He's still going, isn't he, Christopher Walken? Like, and happily so.
He still looks like that in my
Yeah, and he's
eyes,
still, it's just that specific video, Weapon of Choice. I think he's always looked that way, and I don't think he'll ever change.
Like
It's
Ted
incredible.
Danson, he was Cheers age for the entirety of Cheers. And then left Cheers, and now he's like white-haired Ted Danson, and he's just been that forever.
I respect.
Like he was that age, and then all of a sudden aged like 20 years.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then
I
now he's
remember
been
him.
that
I
age.
remember him in there was a show called Bored to Death he was in with Jason Schwartzman, which only lasted like 2 seasons, and he was played like that grey-haired or white-haired stoner guy.
Yeah.
And which he adopted that character on about 15 different iterations, I'm pretty sure. Like, Ted, we get it. We get it. But then he's in Curb and he's just that guy. It's like, it's amazing the cut-off for that.
7 Psychopaths as well, if you've not seen
7
it.
Psychopaths.
He's incredible in that.
Foo Fighters.
Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
Where are we? There we go. Mr.
Wrestling,
Phoenix.
right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We're on a podcast.
If the worst should happen, how long before Fay Fee Fubble You is a tab on the WWE network, says Mr. Phoenix. 5, 10 or 15 years. I don't think it's going anywhere, Mr. Phoenix. If it should
Yeah, I don't
happen,
think it's going anywhere.
I would not be surprised in the 10 years afterwards if they try and subsume it. But then, why? What? So it would take the Khans to lose all of their money
Yeah.
for it to even...
They didn't bother trying to bid for the Ring of Honor tape library. Which you would have assumed at the time if they thought it was available.
Unless
They probably would have.
they're playing the long game. Because why would you buy it when you could just wait till the other company buys it and then buy them?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's... Well, you can never say never, because if you have a wrestling fan for the last 3 or 4 years, or probably any of the years ever, never say never is a real thing, guys. Like, CM Punk's back. If Okada goes to WWE, I am going to lose my bean. Like, what on earth, man? Like, there's a version of this, right? He's not. He's going to go to AEW, I would assume. But if he goes to WWE, like, they are literally... He's like, oh, we got Punk. We've got CM Punk, by the way. It's great. Dwayne's there. But he's there for all the people who love him.
Yeah.
He's there. Cody might finish the story. Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns. It's always going to be a draw. Ken Shamrock's on a Legends contract. I'm just doing your bit.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we've just signed Kazuchika Okada. One of, if not the
Beating
greatest.
AEW to the signature.
It's like beating AEW to the signature, and it's before WrestleMania. And Jay Cargill still hasn't debuted.
Yeah.
What?
Are they gearing up for the? You know, people are like, man, the Raw after WrestleMania just isn't the same anymore, is it? Are they like this year? We'll show
Okada,
'em.
Cargill, Shamrock.
There's no way.
You like it, huh?
I'm sorry, and if he does end up there, fine. There's no version.
Sid said he wants him there.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any version of Okada that you are going to be satisfied with in WWE. No. In my personal
One
opinion.
of those is still way more interesting to
Yeah,
for
for
him
sure.
in WWE
For
than
sure,
him
because
in
he's already done
AEW.
it. Yeah, I agree. But like,
Actually, he comes in, he's just like, I can do mint 5-minute matches. I don't have to do because he's obviously just got his name with the 40-minute
Yeah.
epics.
It's not if. It's like,
I know, yeah.
can you do mid
Yeah.
5-minute match, or can you do really drab 15-minute nothing matches
If they sign,
every single week?
if they sign Kazuchika Okada, do they put him in NXT for a bit?
I mean, that would be the
That
biggest
would be
flex ever. He's
so
like,
funny.
you need a little bit more time to
hey,
cook.
hey.
You're ready, but you're not quite.
Get you working with Gallus for a bit, and then we'll move you up to the main roster.
How do you feel about the Mafia?
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine?
Probably having horrific flashbacks. Or was it just like the Green Hornet or whatever is in
rip-off, wasn't it?
TNA?
He's
Jeez.
so great, man. Like, looking at him, like, just pictures for the news today. He's so what I imagine when I think of like the best. Do you know,
Yeah.
like genuinely his look, the way they shoot him. New Japan have just got him so down, like,
Yeah.
and it would completely evaporate instantly in WWE for me. I think like Shinsuke Nakamura only just now was being. They're going like, oh, we could still maybe book him all right. And is that just them going, as you said many times, see?
Yeah.
And we can book Japanese people, I swear, we're not really that bad. Like, they've never named me the proper successful one. Like, we're seeing it maybe a little bit, you know, in the women's
Asuka's
division
probably the
maybe,
most
yeah.
successful
In the
one.
women's
Yeah.
division.
And even that,
probably.
they went, let's get rid of your winning streak at WrestleMania, right? Not that to Charlotte,
Yeah,
the chance
like-
we get.
It's crazy. But yeah, that would be fascinating. Imagine if that happens, though. I would like for the chaos before
Yeah.
Mania.
Oh,
We're going
yeah,
to Mania, so
100%.
yeah, go on. Sign them up. Sign them up.
More chat
Have them
from...
host Mania. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
I wouldn't rule it out. Anything's possible
Sorry,
this
I
year.
said that, Michael Sidgwick, wherever you are.
Mr. Phoenix also says, I love Rumble season. It's all about new beginnings. Speaking of new beginnings, you can get my thoughts on Hard to Kill in the first TNA Impact show wherever you get your vids and pods. So nice fair
you
play.
go.
You
Vids
plug
in,
yourself.
plug it in.
And Mr. Phoenix also says, I'm once again asking for a What Culture live show in Toronto.
Yeah.
Seems Money in the Bank / NXT Whip weekend would be a good time. Send me some
It
flyers.
does
I'll
seem
hook
like
you up.
it would be a good time, doesn't it?
Hey, let's get international, baby.
Nope.
Let's just stay.
Manifest. I'm all about
I tell you what.
manifesting.
How long after Mania is Money in the Bank? We could just chill for a bit in the States, couldn't we? And then just...
I mean, I still think we just need to get the tour bus and just follow WWE around for a while.
If only one of us had a father who lived in Canada.
If only.
If only one of us had one of those. Where will
One
we
of
find
those.
one of those? Huh?
We'll think about it. We'll have a think about it. We'll see.
Sailor Raymond also says, should... Hang on, I've got to do this.
Are you saying we can do a live show in your father's house, by the way? Is that
My father. Who said it?
in someone's father's
Who
house?
said it was my...
Someone's
I
father.
mean, whoever's father it is.
Yeah.
I don't know who's got one. But it's
Probably
just-
Sidge.
Should... Should...
And everything about that suggests to me he'd be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
With all of us living and partying and
Don't need to take
live
our shoes
shows.
off, do we?
Yeah. Don't even tell him, do we? Just turn up.
Sailor Raymond also said, should Nathan Fraser
When I'm cleaning windows.
and Axiom team be the nerdy window cleaners? If I've learned anything from the What Culture NXT podcast, it should be. I like that as a shout. I just love
It's
how
just
many...
every now and again for you that you have to put up with this, Phil.
Yeah.
Just think, every time you think about that and you're dazing off going, oh, God. Just remember, I chose this life.
You did choose
I
it.
did choose this.
That's the worst thing.
I don't say this as like an arrogant, they listen to us and they respect our opinions and what have you. But I do like the idea of some of the people in NXT being like, oh God, they haven't given me a stupid thing to go along with my name. And then Noam Dar's like, oh, I'm dodging a bullet. And then this week comes along and it's like, surprise, guess what? You got a new thing. You say the word no, I want to make you sound like Lorraine Kelly. Let's go.
And that would sound like...
No.
There it is.
Stephen Ellison, a question on many people's lips right now. Afternoon Legends, if Seth is injured, And we'll have to miss Mania. Who should CM Punk then face, and should Priest cash in on Seth rather than have him vacate the title? It's put plans potentially in chaos.
Okada. That's exactly what.
my God.
Yeah. He beats Seth.
Punk Okada. It's in a time machine 2 years ago. Punk Okada at WrestleMania 40.
Well, as he's announcing it for Forbidden Door 1, he's like, no, where this is actually going to happen is WrestleMania 40. Listen, all I'm saying is, this thought had occurred to me this morning when I was doing the news images, because I saw the picture of him and Punk, and I was like, oh yeah, that never happened, did it? And I literally said in my own head, that match will never happen, right? If Seth is genuinely injured and they're like, he can do one match at Elimination Chamber, drop the belt to him, and then they're like, well, I've got nothing to do, and oh my God, I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna go.
WWE does the full thing, and they're like, you know how Moxley beat you in like 2 minutes? How do you want to beat Seth in 2 minutes? Huh? Get a story out of that. I can't wait. It is going to potentially throw plans into chaos, though, if he's injured.
Chaos the stable.
Don't rule it out. Yeah, I don't know about the cash-in. The only thing that in my mind is like, okay, is it's not like immediately after WrestleMania? Is it like normally Money in the Bank used to be the one after Mania, or very close after Mania, Backlash aside? This time, I think it's like June, July, so you've got a bit of a window. People seem to think you have to do the cash-in now or before Mania or after.
Plenty of time.
Could it be Drew?
I was thinking
Is there
Drew.
a case for Drew?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they're back and forth.
I mean,
know
potential of Cody. Like, there's like the one good
too
thing about
dangerous, that
Raw.
one.
It is quite dangerous.
That's
But the
too
one thing
dangerous.
about Raw right now, there's quite a lot of people kind of just there already in the
done a
wings
good job.
waiting. They've done quite a
done
good job of building up the challenges at this point. So they've got like quite a bit to choose
Sammy,
from. But
just
Drew,
to screw Punk over. No one's going to cheer for you, mate.
I actually had a friend text me the other day asking who they should bet on for to win the Royal Rumble.
And you've got good betting history with...
I do, but not with the Royal Rumble. With funnily enough, because he's back in the zeitgeist, Jinder Mahal was the guy who obviously won me all that money. Thank you, Jinder.
Yes.
You'll always be my Maharaja. But he was like, who's going to win the Rumble? My friend is putting a bet on, and he's like sent us a picture of all the odds. I got them here. That's just real quick.
Devin Dowling, by the way, in the chat says, what if Brock wins the Rumble? My head will explode.
you go, oh my God.
He's going to be in the Rumble, though, you reckon?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Gunther's
It's
in
about
there.
this season that he's getting back into it.
Back in with. So,
Like Brock, Gunther, and Drew, and Ivar, big lads in there.
all the big boys.
Cody and Punk.
All right.
It's a hell of a year, baby.
Dominic Mysterio.
Tom and Nick Mysterio.
So the odds, this was on Tuesday. Is that right? 16th?
Yes, 16th was a Tuesday, yeah.
So the odds at that point, I think it's on Sky. CM Punk was 4-6. The Rock 5-2. Cody
not.
11-2. Gunther 9-1. LA Knight 14-1. Jey Uso 16-1. MJF 16-1.
No chance.
No chance. Literally no chance. Brock Lesnar 20-1. Braun Breaker 20-1. Drew McIntyre 20-1. And Finn Balor 20-1, right? And I said, well, basically the general consensus is it's probably going to be Punk or Cody.
Yeah.
Like, there's the general. But I was like, and the other two are probably in the mix are Gunther and Drew McIntyre. As I said, because of the promos and because of Gunther's just great, obviously, and the history there. And I didn't get a text back for the whole day until later on where he said, oh yeah, he ended up putting Randy Orton on. Randy Orton wasn't on the list, but his logic was he's only just come back. And like, he's a casual viewer, the guy. So he's like, Randy Orton. I was like, that. And I said to me, I was like, well, it's stupid. I was like, whatever. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, if plans start to dissipate and the need changes, you can...
It's a very WWE
You could see them back in Orton, couldn't you?
reliable fallback
And he's
plan.
massive now as well, so there's that.
Luke Collins says, live show in Ireland, you can sell out Croke Park. That's next,
Yeah.
And
Like, live show on Ireland would be good. I would enjoy that.
World tour.
Oh, we nearly stayed in Ireland the extra day because like, we thought we would miss the flight to Los Angeles. We were like, all of us were like, we'll miss the flight, and then I was like, but we'll get to stay in Ireland for like one night. It was Dublin one as well, so it was like free night. We basically started looking up how far it was to the Temple Bar from the hotel.
instead of London to LA, we did London to Ireland to Chicago to LA.
No, we did Newcastle to Ireland. right? Or did we go to London first?
No, we went to
Oh, we
London
went to
first,
London
yeah.
first. Oh, of course you did. Heathrow.
Yeah.
And then Heathrow
London
to
to
Dublin.
Heathrow to Dublin to I can't. Was it Chicago?
It was Chicago because I said
Yeah,
I've never been to Chicago. Now I can say I have.
Chicago. I've been to
I mean,
Chicago
the airport.
To LA.
multiple times, and I've never left the airport.
Marcel Laviolette, thank you for your donation and for your question. Howdy, Slick Willie, Phil in the bank, and Big Nick. I got the WrestleMania plan. Cody beats Roman night 1. Distraught by the loss, Roman calls out Rock on night 2 to prove he's still head of the table. Thoughts? I like that. I haven't thought of that. I mean, bollocks to Punk in his main event.
It's just, unfortunately, it just has to be night. Cody has to be the
Yeah.
last person I see at the end of this Mania holding that belt. That's it. Like that's a really good, it's a really good version of it.
Good way round.
And these are like my own personal rules, and Hampton's mentioned these rules before, and I think they're right.
Yeah.
If it's really going to mean what it means, it has to be Cody beating him in a singles match on the final match of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pyro, it's the end images. That's what you want.
Yeah.
All them times Roman Reigns has ever ended a pay-per-view, like the Mania, and you've seen the Pyro going off. I always think the Undertaker won at 33, where he's on the thing. He looked majestic, even though he just had one of the crappiest matches ever. Like, those are the images that last, though. That's what lasts, and it has to be Cody if they're really going to pick up.
I feel like they had the chance for the 2 nights of Roman thing last year with the 2 belts, and they could have done it in one person, like Sami Zayn one night, Cody the next night, or whatever it was for different belts. But they just put it all on the Cody thing. So I feel like that's not in their plans. I think it feels like they're in the best possible way spreading out the love with the WrestleMania main event.
Spoil for choice in the best possible way.
Yeah.
If I keep saying it, if they manage to pull this off, this has got to be one of the best achievements, like Booker-wise, because that is a lot of talent. It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
If everyone comes away from that finish satisfied, they've done one of the greatest jobs of all time for me.
Mr. Phoenix also says, is it bad that I'm thinking past Mania already? Sure, Roman, Cody, I guess. Punk Rollins is going to rule and should be night 2, according to Mr. Phoenix. But the end game of flexes over AEW is WWE presenting Cody Punk, which is a fair point.
Yeah.
Like that with a big world title on it. Doesn't matter
They
who's
have
carrying
to
it.
do that at some point. That'd be a great one for SummerSlam.
What are they going to say to each other on Monday?
Exactly. We're face to face already.
I forgot about that, and I just remembered I got excited all over again.
That's it. Like, that's not by accident, is it? These are the people you want to see in action. You're spoiled for choice. That's all these opening promos with how all the guys you are interested
Well, it's like the
in.
Cody Drew thing.
Yeah.
Like, kind of came out of nowhere, was absolutely great, and now they've built a potential feud between the two of them at whenever they want to pull the trigger. Like, this Royal Rumble, they've probably done the best of maybe any Royal Rumble ever, like, or at least in like 20 years or something.
It's not
about
just
building the match, but building loads and loads and loads of different little moments.
It's not just going to be meat in the ring for the most part, yeah.
And it's that
within that match.
not just like people who could win, people you actually want to win.
Yeah.
Like there's probably
Or
4
even
people
not
you'd be
necessarily
satisfied with.
winning, but just coming face to face at some point.
having those
in that
moments,
match.
they're right. Like if anyone gets that Brock Gunther moment, for example, again, or like Punk's mentioned throwing Drew out last, so there's one.
Yeah,
We were debating,
loads
that
of
could
things.
mean anything, couldn't it? It could mean he's the last person Punk throws out, but not last out of the
Yeah.
final match. So there's loads of different variations. I'm sure Cody and Punk have been sitting there writing all these clever little lines that are going to have us drooling at the mouth before that Rumble, and I just can't wait. It's going to be great.
Eric Gabriel says, in all seriousness, I'm a massive fan from the Eric argument from earlier. But I'm only going to night 1 of Mania and need to convince my party to stay in the city with me for your show. Come on, Eric.
Well, we finished quite early, so you can hang around until the afternoon. And then
That's true.
I don't think it's too bad.
Just being in Philly for night 2 of WrestleMania, you don't have to
The
necessarily
venue
get
has
tickets.
food and drinks, so you can get your
Look at
lunch
you.
while you're out there. Have a drink, watch our show, leave at 3, go
Do
home.
all those things that people do.
Do all those
Eat
things that
food,
people do.
drink drinks.
Eat food, drink drinks, watch things.
Watch
people.
Is this done yet?
Watch,
Is it done yet?
Is it over yet?
Is this stupid show
Get out.
finished yet?
So you got options. I think it'll be a nice evening. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, also, get better friends, man. What are they doing to you? They're spoiling your... Oh, I'm joking, of course.
But yes, whatculture.com/tickets.
Yeah.
To get tickets to our live show in Philadelphia.
Sold out yet? Has it?
Can you see on there or no?
I'm just trying to figure out if I can. Hang on. WhatCulture.com/tickets. VIP has officially sold out.
Wow.
But there are plenty of other ones left, but they are going fast. So make sure you get on it right now. WhatCulture.com/tickets. It's on Sunday before WrestleMania Night 2. There will be plenty of time for you to get to the venue, so don't you worry about that. And it'll be good times.
Right, enough of all that. It's now time for a bloody good quiz. And this week's quiz is brought to you by Mohammed Zahir. Normally, I pick these from our reviews on Apple Podcasts, or if you leave us a 5-star rating on Spotify, screenshot it.
We need the proof.
And then email it to me, adam.wilbourn@whatculture.com. Mohammed did email me at adam.wilbourn@whatculture.com, but not with a review, but with an amazing story. I think I've told possibly one or both of you this story, but I want to mention it anyway. So last week, as we mentioned, me, Phil, and Sidgwick were on here, and we went on a bit of a tangent talking about public transport.
Just a bit.
Mohammed emailed me saying, I've been listening to the pod on last week's WrestleCulture, and it reminded me of All In at Wembley. After the show finished, I looked at tens of thousands of fans making their way to the tube. I did not fancy being crammed in there, so I ended up running home. Screenshot attacks. Mohammed ran for 2 hours and a minute and did 17K after All In. Fair play.
Insane.
Ridiculous. And we foolishly spent ages trying to get like a nicely moderately priced Uber before it was like, right.
I spent ages trying to get an Uber.
Yeah.
Just any Uber.
Like literally, I started off at the like lowest tier and worked my way up slowly. I was like,
next one,
nobody's
XL, no one
nobody's
wants
coming.
that.
Literally, nobody came. We like must be on 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, the longest
And
time.
eventually, I was like, look,
Few nibbles. Few cancels.
few of them like, oh, and then no, and I was like, right, bollocks to this, bollocks to this. Write me up, future. There you are. Full on, the most expensive one there. It literally turned up in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
3 minutes, and it was one of the nicest cab rides I've had. I'm like, I'm so pleased
car
I'm
was
not paying for
basically
this.
a couch.
Yeah, it was. It had like the little head cushion. I was like, oh, the only thing that would make this better if I was, oh my God, there's a bottle of water in the car door.
Yeah.
There it is, ice cold. I was like, yeah, charger for the phone. I was like, oh, this is good. Now I know there's some
It's like
people out
1 in the
there-
morning at this point.
Yeah, just it was basically like, you know, if someone just went, just stop having
I
to
got
try.
you.
Yes.
I got
And
you.
I've got everything else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shy of putting food in my face, which I'm sure if I'd asked, he would have solved.
Yes.
It was delightful.
Vanda says, it took me 90 minutes to get out of the Wembley car park.
Oh, yeah, that's brutal.
Sheesh.
Yep, that's harsh.
And poor Sarah Lemon won't be able to make it down to Philadelphia from Canada for the meat in the WrestleMania sandwich. Hey, maybe we'll go to Canada at one point.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I hope it's a meatloaf sandwich. Speaking of which, what is the ideal meat mix for meatloaf? I've never had meatloaf before. in
Never
my
had
life.
meatloaf.
I have had it. My stepdad, it's like it was a thing that his family used to have all the time. So when he first started going out with my mum, we suddenly started having meatloaf quite a lot. And I liked it, man, but I was like, I don't get it.
What is it?
Exactly.
Let us know in the comments.
Exactly.
What is
It's-
meatloaf?
This big bit of meatloaf.
But like,
Like-
is it like meat and bread? That's where the loaf comes from. Is like meat and
Put
flour.
it like, don't
what is
scream
it?
at me.
What
So
is it?
you give us the proper version of this, but I'll tell you off the top of my head what young me remembers.
Yeah.
Like, it literally imagine, like, I guess maybe like getting meat, like you would make burgers out of and that.
Yeah.
Mincemeat is what I was looking
Yeah.
for. Or whatever type of meat I guess you're into. And then I swear it was like loaf shaped. What the size?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like cut
And
slices.
they
Yeah.
slice
Kind
it.
of,
Do
yeah.
slices of it. Is it like
I
almost
wonder
like
whether
bread?
it was like a corned beef type thing, but then
But
I
like
didn't
not
think so.
because it was.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but definitely different. It was really nice, but there was a certain age I remember where it just stopped. I think my mum must have went, mate, enough of this. Well, I'll let you have your fun now. We've got married. Cut the shit with this meatloaf. Right, we're done. Yeah.
So this week's quiz, obviously, is all about Kazuchika Okada, our truth. That is correct. It's a quiz
Yeah.
all about our truth.
of course.
Because I wrote this
Exactly.
yesterday, or most of it, before the Okada stuff.
Still
broke.
relevant. Still relevant in my eyes.
Have we got any answers about what meatloaf is, by the way?
Yeah, a lot of people sort of kind of just agreeing with you. Marcel says ground beef with breadcrumbs shaped in a loaf. Devin says a brown sugar block of beef with ketchup on top. Sailor M, it's basically ground meat shaped like a loaf of bread and sliced like bread with ketchup-based sauce. Ground beef.
Obviously.
I kind of want it now. Like it feels like ages since I've had it, and I can literally remember the first time I had it and being like, "Hello, what is this bread like burger?" like, let's cut out the middleman.
It's like a
Let's
burger,
just put-
but it's all in one.
yeah.
Is it bad, by the way? I'm very excited, obviously, to have a Philly cheese steak, but I also am not like if we got there and for whatever reason they were like, Philadelphia's literally shoot out of Philly cheesesteaks, I wouldn't be that gutted because what was the sandwich place?
Yeah, I think this is a bad dig, but I like
But
it.
it's
Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, with the Brits going over there, I mean, like, let's try this. And people are like, you got to try these nice restaurants. No, I want Wendy's. I want to try Denny's. I want to
Yeah.
I'll want to try one. I'll try multiple different people's.
But yeah,
Philly
Jersey Mike's.
cheesesteaks, and I will rate them. Not like in a weird, I've got a Twitter account where I rate food kind of gimmick. But like,
hot or not for cheesesteak.
I just want to know if it was good or not. Like, I would like to. I do this with pizza slices. Wherever I go, everyone always thinks I'm boring because I go and every time I get a new slice of pizza from somewhere, I will initially get the margarita because I want them to be able to prove to me that they can do good pizza without any bells or whistles.
Yep.
Some might argue there's only really 3 pizza toppings. I'm not one of those people, but in terms of pizza purist, I'd like to find out what it tastes like first and then be like, let's try the rest of it.
Absolutely fair.
So,
Panicking slightly, I've found a Jersey Mike's subs in Philadelphia, but it says permanently closed. So where on earth are we going to get a Philly cheesesteak?
Where on earth?
I feel like Philly might have run them out of town.
Anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're bringing that Jersey crap here.
What have you got on the menu? We just got, chicken, a bit of this, and a Philly cheesesteak.
Come again, Jersey Mike. Yeah,
Everyone stops,
everyone
stops playing the piano, turns around.
I'm super stoked. I always find that obviously the food in America is goated, as we know. I am devastated though that sandwich I sent you for in Dallas, you guys couldn't get it. Well, it was shut. The sandwich place. I wanted to know if that was just a fever dream. That's still the greatest sandwich I've ever had. And
that's close.
The Woolworth, it was called in Dallas. Anybody who might know it or not, it was a steak sandwich from there. It was the greatest thing I paid them $30. I went, look, I was mortal as well at the time, which helped. But I was like, that's the greatest sandwich I've ever had. I let you put my hand in my pocket. I was like, 20, 30, just take it. $30, just have that. It was more than the sandwich.
It was a bit of a fever dream for us as well going to get it, if you remember, because that police officer stopped.
Oh yeah, that was a really
riding
weird
a bike,
moment.
pointed at us.
For real?
We thought, oh god, we're going to get up. We jaywalked accidentally or whatever, and he pointed and he waited. We were waiting at a crossing.
Yeah.
And he was just waiting for us, and he pointed again as we were crossing the road, and he went, WhatCulture? I was like, oh god, he's got a massive gun off that gun.
No way, is that true?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard this story.
I thought we everyone with it.
That's amazing.
And he was like,
but he did like the kind of he rode past us and then like turned around to the other side.
So you're like, oh, we're so screwed.
Up and we're like, oh no.
And then he's like, he took a photo. He's like, let's get a photo, guys. And his hand was a bit shaky. And he went, sorry guys, I'm a little nervous. And I looked down at his massive gun, and I was like, yeah,
you're nervous. That's right.
Anyway, our truth.
He had a copy of Catcher in the Rye in his little belt.
10 questions, most multiple choice.
Hello.
Shout your name, wait for me to come to you. But remember, guys, it's just for fun.
Just for
Always
fun.
for fun.
And you both, of course, have your standard phone. If you need any help. Question number 1, all about our truth. I would just want you, and you can alternate, or you can just keep yelling out, name anyone our truth won the 2009 Bragging Rights Trophy with.
Anyone, Phil.
Anyone.
Literally anyone.
Just anyone.
Because I've got loads of people in my head, obviously. I know you have, but
I'm thinking.
don't be
loads.
shy, Phil. Like,
You've got 6 names.
I swear to God, right? We could probably be here all day.
I think you can get some of these.
Phil,
And
why not?
other than darts at the dartboard.
The Miz.
No, dear, that's wrong.
I'm out.
Xavier Woods.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Do we keep going?
Yeah, just keep
Ziggler.
going.
No, dear, that's
You're in
wrong.
the right sort of
What
realm.
was it?
though.
Anybody what?
He was who was on his team for the 2009
On his team.
Bragging
Zack Ryder.
Rights.
No, dear, that's wrong.
2000 and what?
9.
9.
Not a good time. Not a good time for wrestling.
Nowhere near
Why
wrestling.
have you people who are over there now in this team?
Over there.
Over
Oh,
there?
Yeah.
I like Evan Bourne.
Ooh.
Matt Sedal.
Good.
Chris Tinkin
shout.
said that in the chat.
No, dear, that's wrong.
God.
I like a big. You talked about this in the thing, by the way. Him turning up to Jericho and going, "What you need to do, Chris, is wrestle a loser who you've beaten before. That'll help."
I'll give you a clue.
Why?
At least 2 of these wrestlers are not exactly popular in the WhatCulture office right now.
Phil.
Right now?
Matt Hardy.
I'm gonna give you one of these.
Hello.
The full
Jeff
team-
Hardy.
The full team was Matt Hardy. So R-Truth, Matt Hardy, Chris Jericho, Kane, Finlay, David Hart Smith, and Tyson Kidd.
Oh, I went too low. I was
Wow,
thinking
yeah.
mid-card. No, I didn't think anybody
Yeah.
did. But he was hot at one point. Well, he's always hot. He's evergreen.
Yeah.
R-Truth. Really, genuinely is.
Do I get the point then? Because I got the
yes,
first
you
one.
can.
Yeah, you can have the
Excellent.
point.
Yeah,
You can
I'll
have
take
that
it.
point. Yeah.
Question number 2. Where did R-Truth not want Brock to take him to? Was it Disneyland, Sioux Falls City,
Nicholas. Sioux Falls City. Yeah. That's got to be it.
Want to hear all the options?
Yeah, please, go on.
Disneyland,
Do I want to hear them or does he want to say them?
Disneyland,
Yeah.
Sioux Falls City, Hell, or Pooey Draws City? You know,
Yep.
Yep.
I put all this work in. For
They're all, yes, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
So much work.
I forgot it's not really about anything else. It's not
about
about
the
winning or
quiz,
losing.
not about
It's
the
just about
answers.
you doing,
Getting to say
getting to do your tight 5.
Question 3. R-Truth first teamed with Road Dogg in the WWF. But who did he attack to form the team? Was it Val Venus, The Good Father, William Regal, or Gangrel?
Ooh. Phil,
Back when he was
the
Cake
good father.
No, dear, that's wrong.
But you pressed that button.
I know,
It's
right?
on a
I thought
different
they swapped
panel.
round.
Sorry, I've realised they've...
That's
That
totally
was
confused
so
me.
strange.
Yeah, what?
That
No,
was
dear,
like,
that's wrong.
Yeah.
disconnect. This is wrong. You
Oh
pressed
my
the
God,
right
the
button.
walls are falling in. William Regal. Yeah. Right.
There you go.
Pass. Yeah, don't know.
Press the same button, but I'm changing
Yeah,
it.
I don't like that. Don't
2-1.
like that one bit.
Okay. What did...
Why have you got it on there twice?
Because I think probably because I've got that there for...
See, in
so
my
I need
head,
that for... I don't know. I should really have...
But why is it on this side?
Yeah.
Like, when you could just have it on that side. What's this side?
So they're back to front.
wait, what?
Why not just have them the right way round?
What?
Like, you can have them on there multiple times, so they're easier to find, but just have them.
I know, but I've just forgot, and I've never changed it, and I can't change it on this computer. I have to change it on my other. It's very complicated.
I won't question your ways.
You're making me ill.
Question 4. What did R-Truth bring into the 2016 Royal Rumble match?
Nicholas. Was that long ago? Was it a ladder? Yeah. Jesus.
Ah. I was going to say Little Jimmy, so.
There's a clip of you, isn't there? Going, little Jimmy says yes.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
That's on my soundboard on it.
Somewhere.
On an old Mac in
It
the
turns
office.
out you are just a one-trick pony. That's all you are.
Been that long.
I mean, hiding in plain sight for so many
You've
years.
been doing this since Little Jimmy
Little
was a thing.
Jimmy. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was 2016.
You used to do the quiz in the office, didn't you?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And you'd have the noises.
Little Jimmy
for-
said, he's picking flowers.
Yes. Oh, the original, the origins of.
So where's that MacBook? Is that a MacBook? Is that what they call it? I never know what the different Mac. Is it just called a Mac?
iMac.
I'm not an iMac. Thank
iMac,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's gonna get that repurposed. What
What
the
is
hell's this?
Yeah, forgot about that.
That's also got my when we had the March Madness Kanye thing that we did.
Kanye before.
We done all our work, obviously. First,
Obviously. Always. Always.
but- Right, 3-1.
You and me were like,
No time for
hey
banter
guys,
before work.
have you ever heard of March Madness? Like,
Question 5, 3-1 to Nicholas.
Hey.
I am off.
Speaking of Lil Jimmy, who once kicked Lil Jimmy in the face? Was it Wade Barrett,
Visual.
Heath Slater, John Morrison, or The Miz?
Ooh, there's some good choices
some
there.
great choices in there.
Devin says, I've got 5 questions right in the past 2 months.
Phil.
Me too, Kevin. Me too.
The Miz.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Who's the other options?
Probably should have stuck with my original.
Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, or John
Do
Morrison?
you want me to get this wrong? And I'll go with
can
your
do
original.
whatever you want.
What was your original?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, what was it? What's the options?
Wade Barrett.
Trying to help me, dickhead. Right. Okay.
Wade Barrett, Heath Slater.
Turns out it is actually for points today.
Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, or John Morrison?
Sorry, I'm just suffering
don't
from my
think about it.
post-Sidgwick
Wade Barrett.
disorder from last week.
Wade Barrett. Don't think about it. Wade Barrett.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Thank goodness.
It was Heath Slater.
Yeah, that was my other one.
And,
Oh, I like this story.
question 6. What did R-Truth do after he turned on John Morrison on Monday Night Raw? Did he hold a funeral for him, crack open a cold one, smoke a cigarette, or go to the club?
Clear. Phil. Funeral.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Club.
No, dear, that's wrong.
And the cigarette.
Was it a funky cigarette?
It wasn't, I don't think. It was just, I rewatched it, and it's so surreal. It's
the way you did
everyone
that.
got a light, and everyone's like, oh my God, he's going to smoke indoors. It's like 2009, and they were like, this is going to be the goddamn making of this boy.
Oh,
And he goes, and it's like, oh no, he's going to smell a smoke briefly there.
oh, goodness me. Whoa.
Well,
Where are we?
we're doing well.
How many we got left?
1, 2, 3,
Some.
4.
4 questions left.
4 questions left.
And what's the deficit? 3-1. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Question.
I'm trying to figure out when I need to take my hands off the wheel.
Question 7. Might be a complete shot in the dark for you two. This. How many times has he held the 24/7 championship?
My word.
Ah, you don't have that number to hand.
42,
Oh my god.
54,
Oh my god.
69,
Oh,
or
nice.
92.
Oh my word.
What was the first one?
42, 54,
Quite a lot, lad.
69, 92.
Phil, why not? The first one.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Oh, Phil, that's wrong. I'm
54,
going to go
69, 90.
reverse this, and it's probably going to accidentally give me the point. I'm going to go for 69 because that's nice. Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, no. That's what I want. I just got
This is
excited.
what you do when you have them
dear,
wrong.
that's
You have
wrong.
literally one function.
Was it B?
It was 54, yes.
Right. All good.
Right.
All good.
3 questions left, 3-1. Question 8.
I always think, imagine if you've never listened to this before.
What
And
are they
people just
doing?
don't understand the concept of like,
Yeah.
are you trying to lose it? What are you trying to do here?
I also think if people are tuning in, they don't make it past the end, this song at the beginning. This is going off.
I think even the little MIDI.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry.
Question 8. R-Truth once beat Drake Maverick for the 24/7 title when he was doing what?
Nicholas. Oh, I'm not supposed to win, am I? I don't know.
So if you have to buzz in to say I don't know.
Can't even take any wild guess.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Oh, no. What?
Was he, Phil Chambers, doing his taxes, having a poo, jacking
Second
it,
time he's got
He
poo in
chose
here.
poo very carefully there, hasn't he?
jacking it, or on his honeymoon?
The last one, please.
There it is. It'd be funny if he was just having a poo. And jacking it.
Oh, no, it was actually E, all of the above.
Yeah. All of the above. Simultaneously.
So that's 3-2. Question 9.
Here we go.
How did
Same.
the Golden Truth lose their spots once on Team Raw? Were they injured by a dastardly heel? Did they sell them to the Shining Stars? Were they recruited to Team SmackDown? Or did they leave them on the bus?
Well, I can't answer this one.
Oh,
I
dear.
can't answer it if we're
can't.
going to achieve what we're
sell
trying
them.
to achieve. For the Shining Stars.
Yes.
That was the one I was going to suggest, right?
So, yeah,
Not the one.
on 3 each.
So we
one
have to
question.
get
vaguely
it wrong,
remember that.
or someone turns heel. And based on the earlier conversation,
Yes.
I wonder who it's going to be.
Okay, question 10, 3-all. What surprising job did R-Truth do before getting into the wrestling business? Was he a stripper? Was he a paranormal tour guide? Was he a chicken sexer? Or was he
Hang on. A what?
chicken sexer? That's where you determine the
Depending
sex
on
of
whether you're male or
chickens.
female chickens.
Just had to clarify.
Or a human lie detector called R-Truth or R-Lie.
Fuck off.
You.
I am so
Son of a bitch.
mad at myself for giving you that. I'm so angry, and yet I knew it was coming. Tooth or a lie.
IR truth.
Such a dickhead.
Do you want to get this? Oh, I don't. You might not want to get this
You
right.
might not want to get this right. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's not the last one.
Yeah, is that what you're guessing?
My guess is that it's not that one. Yeah.
I'm confused as to what's happening.
I think he's trying to win, is what I think. I think he's seen the
Okay.
power. I'm still trying to lose everyone. I'll
We can
keep
do
it
this
tied.
together. We can do
I was
this
trying to
together.
keep it
Well,
tied.
yeah,
We can do this together.
Can we now? Are you sure?
Stripper, paranormal tour guide, chicken sexer, human lie detector, or truth or lie.
I mean, I'm liking the sound of the last one.
Oh, you know.
It's quite...
Right, you pick that one. I'll pick chicken sexer.
But chicken sex is going to be right. That's the problem. Hey, if that's what you want to do, if that's what this has devolved to, then I guess it's our truth or our lie for me, please.
I hope this is right. That'd be really funny.
That would be very funny.
No, dear, that's wrong.
No, dear, that's wrong. Chicken sexer, please, Adam.
This is it. This is where all the friendship relies upon.
The
I'm
drama.
going to check which button was which then for a
Drama
second.
queen. You switched them over.
Yeah. Just go that. You're saying chicken sexer?
No, dear, that's wrong.
He did the paranormal thing on that weird WWE show, didn't he? So I assume it's stripper.
She's a stripper.
It is stripper.
Yeah.
Also, Devin says he rapped with Eazy-E and Jamie Foxx, and Chris says he got a picture with Tupac. He had a hell of a life.
Hello.
That's our truth.
Yeah. That's a great job, that, getting pictures with Tupac. Just keep getting the picture. Another one. It
Still
is
though,
crazy, though.
if
He's got about...
Speaking of people that don't age.
Christopher Walken.
Our truth. He's been the same age for 20 goddamn
so close.
years.
He's got a great skincare routine.
Yeah.
Him and
Ludicrous.
Kofi have got the skincare routine,
Yeah.
man. I want to know what it is. I want to know what the moisturizers
Yeah.
are. Those guys are ageless.
How old is One Truth? One Truth?
One Truth.
Ron Truth. How old is Ron Truth?
52?
52.
I bet you
Bloody hell.
at least in his
He's going to be 40.
mid-40s.
44.
He's older than you
42.
think. Yeah,
42.
Oh, well, sorry, Kofi. He's older than you think, though.
10 years
To be
older.
fair, he's a lot older than you
yeah,
think.
yeah.
He's a lot older than you think because he's been there for a while.
Still annoyed about our truth or our lie. If you're watching, Ron, and you want to launch a little side business, let me know.
Yeah.
It's a great show, that. I'd watch
Yes.
that, at least one episode. Our Truth or Our Lie. It's a bit like another game, isn't it? What? Where, like, if it's either the one thing or it's not the other thing. What kind of game? What kind of games do you think of when you think of that?
I thought you were shaking your head like, don't do it. Don't do it. Well, I suppose
Can't think of anything.
something
game?
could be a door,
Yeah,
or it might not be.
yeah.
Could be a window.
Could be a window.
But
Door
hey, I
or
mean,
window. That's it.
that's one of those things you kind of have to figure out. Oh, the What Culture live show, whatculture.com/tickets.
Hello.
Make them wait.
Make them wait for it. Yeah, that's all
Just
right.
a mere 2.5 months for that.
Press the button. Press the
Button.
goddamn button.
Make sure I press the right one now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I've had a day of this.
Great end to the podcast. This. Loving it. Big fan.
There it is.
Especially for our listeners on audio.
Yes. Ding door! Or anything that's a no door! Is that a door or no door? What do you think, door? No door, or is it door? It's door! Anything that's a no door! Is that a door or no door? What do you think, door? No door, or is it door? Anyway, no time for the rest of that.
Adam Nicholas, Newcastle.
WhatCulture.com. My favourite thing is the first time I did that with Sidge, he thought I'd made a mistake. He's like, you just asked me that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the. That's the.
Anyway,
The joke.
congratulations to Phil Chambers and Adam Nicholas, co-winners of this week's quiz. Let us know how you got on, or if you want to invest in our truth or our lie, either in the comment section below or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch there, you can follow all three of us. You can follow Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas. I've just realised how weird it is because we can't hear the things as loud, so we have to guess. So all that door and order, I was trying to guess where the tune was. Anyway, you can also follow Phil Chambers at
Fill my chambers, and you can follow Adam Wilbourn at.
Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE, as I said. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but tickets are on sale for WhatCulture Live in
Right
Philly
now.
on the Sunday of WrestleMania. WhatCulture.com/tickets. If you want to get tickets to that one, do join us for that. It's going to be awesome. But for now, this has been WrestleCulture. You can check out the SmackDown preview and the Collision preview right now. My thanks to Adam Nicholas, to Phil Chambers. Thanks to everyone on the chat for all your donations. And if you've already got tickets, thank you too. We'll see you soon. WrestleCulture is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
WhatCulture.com/tickets.
Thanks, guys. And thank you if you've already got tickets as well. Can't wait for that. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you same time next week. Bye, everybody.